I honestly don't know. I was just surprised at all the graphics and animation right there. I was checking to make sure that the light was bouncing off the clouds correctly how it should be, and I'm just blown away by everything Halo, man. I'm speechless.
Yeah, we have a whole team of world-class artists who have been working on this, and they've done just an amazing, amazing job.
You
so,
really tell.
Chief and Cortana are stranded on this planet, and what better way to get off of the planet than to rescue a downed UNSC ship? Got the Infinity there in the background, and so they set off to try and rescue the downed Infinity.
And is this yet another incarnation of the beloved battle rifle?
It is, yeah. So you'll see, in this demo, we actually have a couple of new weapons that you've never seen before. We also reintroduce the battle rifle and all of the familiar weapons there. You've got the AR as well. These have all been lovingly recreated and updated to match the visual style.
The AR sound is just phenomenal. It sounds like you're really doing some destruction with that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Tajin and his team have done an amazing job on the sound effects and just the whole soundscape, working with Neil Davidge as the composer on the game. It's pretty cool. So you can see all the detail that we've put into the jungle. We've fully updated the engine, the graphics.
So that I just spotted like a floating manta ray kind of alien.
You didn't see anything like that.
There's like indigenous species up there. You folks are going to have to rewind the stream to check that one out, or maybe we'll catch another glimpse. But these jungles are teeming with life that's not necessarily the Covenant or those nasty orange dudes that want to shoot you later.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, this is a living world. So as you explore Requiem, you're going to go to all kinds of different locations. This is a very lush jungle location, and this is kind of the setting for this particular mission. But as Chief and Cortana make their way through here, it's obvious that they're not alone. There's this is a dangerous environment. There's all kinds of dangers that may be lurking around every corner.
I noticed there's a lot of nav points so far from what I've seen in all the footage. Is that something that you guys try to do, is implement more nav points so the game could go more fluently?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we definitely pay a lot of attention to is making sure that players understand, where it is that they need to go or what's expected of them, depending on the situation. Like if part of a particular mission is allowing the player to explore more freeform, then that's what we do. But, you see here the Covenant makes their return. There's a lot of kind of story that's gone into the intervening years between Halo 3 and Halo 4. But of course, as you see here, this isn't the only enemy that's out in the jungle looking for Master Chief.
Now, we got folks asking about the return of the DMR, obviously a very beloved weapon,
yes.
But this battle rifle fires in 3-round bursts.
This does fire in 3-round bursts. We also have the DMR in the game as well. So you've got your choice of either the BR or the DMR, depending on what you prefer.
Now, would that be... So this is kind of different, because typically if you're going to pick a starting weapon, it would either be a Covenant weapon or it would be a human weapon. Is there typically more human weapons than Covenant weapons in Halo 4?
So you have your pick of both human and Covenant weapons, and there's an expanded sandbox for both. One of the things that we've done on the multiplayer side is really given players the ability to kind of customize their loadouts and optimize for their own personal play style. And so as you see, Ray's going to make his way up here. You get your first look at one of the new enemies in the game. This is an enemy class we call the Prometheans. And this particular guy is called the Crawler. And the Crawlers are really, they're not too intimidating when you're dealing with them one-on-one. They're pretty easy to take out. But when you're dealing with them in packs, they get a little bit more dangerous.
The thing that strikes me about these enemies, and actually about the way that enemy killed the Elite earlier, is they don't die and just like lay dead on the ground. They evaporate, they sizzle into like little pieces of film. Like, does that work into the mythology of what these creatures are all about?
Absolutely, yeah. There's part of the story in Halo 4 is sort of discovering the mystery behind these new enemies that you've never seen before and how they fit in. And speaking of which, here you've got kind of the commander of the battlefield. This is the Promethean Knight, and what you're going to see in just a moment, he's pretty badass. He can actually spawn a support unit called the Watcher, and so Watchers can sort of protect the Knight. You see him there shielding him with hard light.
Oh, so the Watcher is deploying
and he
the
just
shield.
caught that grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
And
the
he
Watcher
just threw it back at you. Can you actually get
he
stuck
did,
by
yeah.
that grenade?
So he caught the grenade there. If you take out the Watcher, you can get him to drop that grenade, which can obviously work in your favor.
I noticed when he's shooting this weapon that there's sort of bloom inside of that. Now, if he shoots faster and faster, will that reticle continue to expand?
So yeah, there's a little bit of bloom there. With the BR, we've also got a little bit of recoil that you can feel when you're firing it that just sort of gives you a little bit more of a realistic feel to it. Whereas the DMR is sort of more laser tight on the single shot.
And
Okay.
speaking of weapons, what do you call this guy?
So this is the light rifle. This is a Forerunner weapon. It fires in either a triple shot burst or a powerful single shot when you're scoped in. And it's kind of unique in that regard that it has these two different firing modes depending on whether you're firing, kind of freeform or zoom.
Yeah, that's not something Halo has traditionally done, is the multiple fire modes.
That's right. Yeah, that's totally new. And so here's another ability that you see the Watcher doing. He's spawning a group of crawlers, and you can see Ray taking him out when he's caught that grenade, drops down below. And here we've introduced another knight. This is the Lancer. And the Lancer can close distance really, really quickly. And so one of the things you can expect, within this new enemy class is all of the variation and variety that you've come to expect from Halo enemies.
But it's nice to see that though the alien life may be multifarious and diverse, there's still the universal language of headshots.
That's right. Yeah, headshots are good. We love them.
Now, can we touch base on this gun a little
Yeah.
bit, because this looks like a shotgun right here.
Yeah, it's kind of the Forerunner version of a shotgun, and what you can see with all the Forerunner weapons is they kind of form into place and suit the person who's wielding it, so they kind of adapt to the user. This is really, really powerful up close. As you saw, he took out the knight with the one shot. It also has the ability to rebound off of objects and surfaces.
So you could bounce shot someone.
Yeah, exactly. I've actually had some great trick shots in multiplayer where I've shot around corners at someone who's trying to get away from me and taken them out. It's hard to pull off because it does have a really limited range, but when you do it, it's really satisfying.
Now, one thing that I noticed just from a quick glance is the reloading actions seem to be a little bit faster, and also the rate that you can shoot after you reload.
Yeah, definitely. We've put a lot of time and attention into all of the animations. The animation team's updated a lot of the familiar animations in the game. And what you're going to see here, Ray's just going to show off a new ability called Promethean Vision that people have heard a lot about. This is great when you've got limited visibility, like in this foggy scenario here. And when he shifts it on, it sort of pulses out like sonar, and all of the enemies in the nearby area are shown. And that actually allows you to see through solid objects as well. So no more camping in Halo multiplayer. If someone's got Promethean Vision, they're going to be able to pick you up even if you're dead still.